Oh, so gather around. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
This is like a sonic shot, and it's not a vaccine. How about that fucking lick, huh?
Yeah.
Is everybody feeling good?
Yeah.
So I have no idea what their plans are, and I can give a shit. So I will go ahead and start speaking now, whether it's appropriate or not, because it's how I operate. Can you all hear me all right?
Yes.
And you're all filming this, so you can put it on YouTube and piss off Michael Moore. Good.
Yeah.
Are there any Michael Moore fan club members here?
No.
Because I want you to come right up front here and see if I can't fix you. You gotta love me, huh? I'm like Mother Teresa with a Glock, and I want you all to know that your being here could not be more critical in this horrible, horrible, treasonous treachery that America and Texas is strangled by. Are we all Texans?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Got the shoes to prove it.
So then why hasn't our governor secured our border?
Exactly. Come on.
Anybody want to dare to answer that question?
Because he thinks it's
Globalist.
a pretty gay feeling.
I moved here from Michigan, and by the way, Detroit wasn't the murder capital because we're more violent. We're just better fucking shots. Is this appropriate? We're all shit kickers, right?
Yeah.
You can handle street slang.
Absolutely.
Well, the reason we are in this horrible, horrible chapter is because not enough of you were like me. Pretty cocky, huh? The founding fathers wanted all Americans to be just like me. Defiant, suspicious of all authority, and to study the Constitution. I wrote Lango Tango, and I meant it, which qualifies me to write the Constitution. I could have written the Constitution. I could have plummeted under earth bare naked, and I would have still have been the Motor City Madman. I could have written down in a world where kings and tyrants and emperors controlled weak people. I would have not been a weak person. I would have wrote, you know, the king and the emperor and the tyrant, they won't let us speak freely. I think I'll write that down, that we can speak freely. I never went to college. I was too busy learning shit. And here's what I've learned. The kings and the emperors wouldn't let us choose our religion. I'd have wrote that down. I can choose my religion. No man has that power over me. I can speak my mind and I can choose my own religion or not. And let's see what else the kings and tyrants do. Well, they can come onto our village and take what we want. No, they can't come into the village. They can't come into my home without probable cause. I'll write that down. That should be in the First Amendment too.
Amen.
And then we should probably have a thing, we'll call it the media, like journalists. They're gone, but let's pretend there are journalists, even though Tucker was fired. So let's keep that as the First Amendment, that we get to protest and spotlight the cockroaches who we elect to represent us, and we can expose their crimes. That's the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Show me your First Amendment permit. No, I need to see your license. There it is right there. I hope you go, there's a small gaggle of shit kickers here today. I love you all madly. Do you feel the love?
Yes.
Follow me and live this shit. I have a First Amendment on planet Earth, wherever I may roam, and I don't need paperwork.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
Constitutional carry? Fuck you!
That's right.
What other kind of carry is there?
That's right.
Somebody, what other kind of carry is there?
Unconstitutional.
I want to meet, is the man in this room that can tell me where I can't defend myself? Step forward. Tell me I can't defend myself in loobies. Fuck you.
Yeah.
No more bringing doilies to a grenade fight. Get an A-10 Warthog and bring it to the legislature. I don't need paperwork for my God-given rights while I'm walking the earth.
Amen.
Anybody want to debate that?
No.
Jesus, what a clusterfuck. Texas, Luby's cafeteria, gun-free zones. It doesn't compute. What has happened to us? Jesus God.
We got mellow.
We got pussified. You're listening to too much country music. That's why there's all this gender. That shit will neuter you.
Too much Lizzo.
I played country music one week after my fucking hand broke. It got better than I played real music again. My point is, are you having fun?
Yeah.
I come to Texas in '67 to rock and roll and kill a deer. Two perfect things.
Amen.
And the media would attack me for carrying a gun and killing deer and eating venison. Those are two perfect things. They're perfect. They're essential. They're God's miraculous design, protecting my gift of life and balancing the herd. And the people would attack me because I killed deer and carried a gun. It was like arm wrestling a torso. You've seen me debate these pricks, and I crushed them. You need to go forth from this event, and no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Handshakes.
Cool.
Crush them. If each and every one of you aren't good for 100 people to join Gun Owners of America, if you, each and every one of you, can't get 100 people to join Gun Owners of America, you're not my friend. You're a pussy. This is just a little gaggle of people. I suspect the best of the best. You people care, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know God gave you these rights, don't you?
Yeah.
There's no man can intervene between me and God. I want to meet this prick. Pierce Morgan tried. You saw what happened to him. Evan Smith on Texas Public Television tried. You saw what I did to him. So I come to Texas to rock and roll. Awesome rock and roll. You people deserve me. This is
That's right.
you people know music. I love this shit. So many deer. Your deer are so stupid in Michigan. I can kill them fucking Texas deer with a ball-peen hammer compared to Michigan. I'm lobbying now for a ball-peen hammer season. So, Stephen, ditto, duh. Truth, logic, common sense. Self-evident truth.
Yep.
Self-evident logic. Ubiquitous, not universal, but ubiquitous common sense. It really is. This freak in the White House does not represent good America. There are more of us. So I came to Texas. Holy God. And I always had a gun. I've never been unarmed and helpless. It's indecent. To be unarmed and helpless is indecent. To be unarmed and helpless is saying, God, I appreciate the gift of life, but I'm willing to give it up. And then I appreciate the gift of life, but if somebody wants to take it, I'll just give it to them. Bullshit. You get in the way of me seeing Mrs. Nugent tonight, I will cut you in half. And anybody want to debate? Stop me when I confuse you.
Not this crowd.
How about, is there some anti-gun or subhuman chimpanzee in here that wants to debate me? My guitar's pissed off. So I come to Texas, and I was carrying a Model 19 2-inch nickel with 357 Winchester 125, doing about 1,400 feet a second. Fucking awesome, huh? And one of my buddies, I'm killing hogs, and he goes, hey, you see you got a pistol. I go, duh. You know, you can't carry that in Texas. Yeah, I can. I know, but it's not legal. You what? You know this? I couldn't carry a gun in Texas when I came here? Look, Texas, I love you, but they're the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth here.
Mm-hmm.
The law in Texas, this is worse than Michigan. This is worse than New Jersey. Have I got your attention yet?
Yeah.
That a Texas Second Amendment regulation is worse than New Jersey? And it said, I can carry a pistol only in the glove box, but only if I cross 2 county lines. What the fuck is that? What is that? And you people were so stupid to elect Ann Richards, who even after innocent Texans were slaughtered at Libby's, said you still can't defend yourself.
That's right.
As she took photos with somebody else's turkey, with somebody else's gun, and the Texans are like, hey, hell, you support that, right? Yeah, she's my governor. Turd in her lip. Anybody got a turd in their lip here? What is that? Anyhow. Do you realize how offensive that is?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say keep in glove box, it doesn't say keep in truck, it doesn't say keep in safe, it doesn't say keep in case. It says keep in bear. Does the guitar player really need to interpret that for you? What? Do you even know what poontang is? It ain't Sheila Jackson Lee, I promise you anyhow.
What's up with that?
What's up with that? What's down with that? So, if you can't go forward and fix this in Texas, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Amen.
If you're not pissing off the assholes, you're an asshole.
That's right.
If people that think gun infringement is okay is your friend and you can't fix them, they can't be your friend. Because that's why those children died at Libby's in Uvalde. And now let's get on to the next horror story. I want you to all write this down and repeat it everywhere you go, especially you legislators out there. Engineered recidivism. 100% of violent crimes is committed by people we caught committing those violent crimes, and our system lets them out.
That's right.
Engineered recidivism. So they catch thousands of monsters shooting people on film in Chicago and Detroit, New Orleans and Baltimore and New York. They got them on film committing dozens of gun crimes, Hunter Biden, and they dropped the gun charges, but they want to ban my goose gun. It is semi-automatic. No, it's Planet of the Coopers. What is that? You see, it's engineered recidivism. They're sicking evil people upon innocents so they can blame the gun.
Yep.
Here's my idea. It's not an idea, it's perfect. Somebody smashes and grabs your mom and pop business, shoot that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
If someone approaches your vehicle, Sergeant Dan Perry, and levels a rifle at you, shoot that motherfucker.
Yep.
And then Texas will put you in jail for not letting someone kill you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant Dan Perry is in jail
Yes.
because Texas courts thinks you're supposed to let someone kill you.
Only certain people.
It's way worse than what you said was true, but it's way worse. They are celebrating murder
Yep.
and condemning self-defense. We are currently in a horrible condition in America, thanks to Joe Biden and all of his gangsters, and the FBI, and the DEA, and the ATF. Let me guess, I'm just a guitar player, but why would you have an agency that deals with alcohol? It's a drink. Tobacco, it's an agriculture product, and firearms that we have a constitutional care. Why would there be an agency, ATF? Any ATF guys in here? Come the fuck up here. How do you live with yourself?
Yep.
How do you treat your children? Is there an honest bone in your body? Is this a great fucking speech or what?
Excellent.
This is what we're all supposed to be. No man has authority over my living and dying? God and me. So if you can't recruit the embarrassing, soulless, spineless, ballless, apathetic facilitators of evil, I'm not into politics, then move to Cuba where you're not allowed to. Politics in America are paying for those flag-draped coffins that made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can experiment in self-government. Are you kidding me? Am I right, Gary? How many guys you drag off the field in bags?
Lots.
We owe those guys.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
And it all can be paid back by voting the Constitution that they died for.
That's right.
Amen.
Are you kidding me? If one of my kids, oh, I'm not into politics, well, you need to get into politics. This is awesome. I hope you're fucking writing this down. So I suppose I could have been PG-13, but then it would just facilitate the evildoers who take advantage of politeness and gentlemanliness.
That's right.
This isn't just a culture war, it is a spiritual war.
No quarters.
And you want to hear the most heart, I could cry tears of blood right now. I saluted thousands of flag-draped coffins in Afghanistan, and I cried for days. And then I come to this. And this devil freak is the commander-in-chief? And Greg Abbott is my governor who refuses to secure my...
Yeah.
I bet you if I wanted to, I could say, everybody take a deep breath and get some water. I'd recommend grabbing some toilet paper too, because we're going to the border and we're turning invaders back.
Right.
You can't come
Right.
here.
Right.
Go back.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
So, duh. Any question? Well, you just can't shoot innocent people. They're not innocent. They're invading my country. Thousands of Chinamen
Yep.
who are dedicated to kill us.
Yep.
Thousands of Iraqis in Afghanistan and Muslim terrorists, Islamic maniacs and cartel and child sex traffickers that will get you across the border if I can rape you.
Yep.
Am I confusing anybody yet? Does anybody want to take on any of my statements? I dare you. So if we're going to pay back the debt to those heroes, then we have to demand total constitutional accountability.
Yep.
And Texas is full of violators in
Yep.
the legislature,
Yep.
in the Senate, in
Yes.
the Congress,
Yes.
in law enforcement.
Both
I'm
parties.
a sheriff deputy for 40 years. I got 14 felony arrests to my credit, which is why my guitar playing is sexier than everybody else's. You can't play shit like this unless you've arrested a few assholes. Do you feel the love?
Oh, yeah.
I have faced murderers and rapists and child molesters and carjackers. And you don't go in like this, you go in like this. Safety off, taking up slack. I was looking for weapons. Didn't see any. So I'm a different guy. This American dream is so unique. How dare we give it away like we've given it away? Because you got a beer and some NFL tickets? I don't drink beer, and I don't watch guys beat the shit out of each other. So this little gaggle of people could make a difference, but not if you just go out of here and go, yeah, that was great. God damn, let's get a beer. You need to get active. You need to start. Your mayor should know your name. And if your mayor allows fat, perverted men in spandex dressed up like female prostitutes to twerk their children with their crotch, singing, I love it when you kiss me where I pee. Am I confusing anybody? Texas allows that. Not in my county, not McClellan County. We will knock you out. We'll choke you with your spandex. I won't, because well, maybe I could bring some gunting gloves with me, just in case. All right.
No, I got it.
We got it.
Our work is cut out for us.
Yeah.
Secure the border. Stop the engineered recidivism. I don't want rapists on the street. I either want them dead or in a cage forever. Well, that's cruel and unjust punishment. I like the cruel part, and it's just. I don't want a repeat carjacker. I want a dead carjacker.
Right.
I don't want a repeat stabber. Well, he didn't kill him. Well, he tried. You're gonna let him out so we can study the anatomy, so he gets the ventricles next time? That's what they do. You get to stab people. You get to shoot people. Well, he didn't kill him. If you're shooting at people, that's attempted murder. You're just shitty at it.
Right.
You see what's, and some legislation, it's unbelievable. To my mind, none of my family thinks like that.
Right.
None of my band, none of my friends, none of my hunting buddies, I don't know anybody that thinks these indecent, toxic, anti-human, vulgar thoughts. And I'm 75 years clean and sober, hence the syllable control, not to be confused with Ozzy. The point being, love Ozzy. He's going through terrible times right now. Might have been the ants he snorted. Anyhow, what planet are these people? Well, Nugent's a radical. Hello?
Yep.
Well, Nugent's an extremist. Duh! Experimenting in self-government is the most radical thing in the history of the human species.
Right.
Amen.
Of course we're radical. You send your punks to the Concord Bridge to disarm us, we will shoot you in the face. Well, violence is never the answer. Of course it is. Old Yeller, bring me my slippers biscuit. Foam at the mouth, bullet. Us old guys, back there going, no shit. And even the young guys are going, yeah, that makes sense. So, are there any questions? I can't imagine there being a question at this point. But it's about whether you are sincere. And if you're sincere, your chief of police must know you. He must go, oh, goddamn, Jimmy's calling again. I love the chief of police, if he's a good one. Your state trooper commander must know your family. If he's a good one, and if he's a bad one, he should really know your family. Does he support the indecency of what happened in Uvalde? That's indecent. It's soulless. It's anti-human, and it violated those cops' directions and oath. I've trained since Columbine. You charge as fast as you can to the gunfire.
Don't put shoes on.
And you don't put your shoes on. Please put pants on. Again, I know I'm preaching to people that, duh, yeah, hello, no shit. But if you don't act upon it, you're no friend of freedom. If you have oath violators in your Senate, in your Congress, in your chief of police, at your school board, in your governor's office, and they don't know that you are displeased with their failures to live to their oath, then you're the problem.
Yep.
Right.
Worse than communism, worse than Nazis, worse than liberals, worse than Democrats, worse than Joe Biden. You ready? Apathy.
Yeah.
Standing by and letting evil run amok, which is where we are on this 26th day of April 2023. It's not their fault, it's our fault. That unbelievable anti-American law in Texas about defending yourself, carrying a gun. I remember I got dizzy. I go, what? Huh? There's no Second Amendment in Texas? Huh? 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 And then Libby's happened. I went, see, that's what happens. Of course that's what happens. I've never been in a gun-free zone. The moment I arrive, it ceases to be one. Whenever you've seen me on TV, I'm heavy.
Yeah.
CNN,
Yep.
heavy. Fox, I'm heavy. MTV, I'm heavy. Yeah. I'll wrap it up with this because you love the stories, don't you? How about anybody out there? You look like you're squalling over there. So you have a problem with anything I've said? Hey, I'm talking to you, Baldy. No. Just I love you. I love you with all my heart and soul in my magazine capacity. So I went to Fallujah with the Marines.
Oh, Fallujah.
I'm
I was
just a
there.
guitar player, and I did not dodge the draft. If I'd have been drafted, we'd have won the fucking war. Got that water in it? So Toby Keith and I go to Fallujah to thank the warriors for their sacrifice, fighting evil. Even though that was a scam. That was a scam, George. But we believed that we needed to show support for the heroes that dedicated their lives to our Constitution. So we went to Fallujah. And I'm going to Fallujah. And I'm heavy when I go to the store for milk and bread. I always carry a couple of 10 millimeters and 2 to 4 magazines. I'm going to Fallujah. So I got both 10s. I got a Glock 20 and a Glock 29, and I got 16 mags. You know, this bag of ammo. It's awesome. The guy's carrying my bags. What the hell's in here? A young man. For the Joint Chiefs of Staff to molest. Oh, we could go there, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Mark Milley is the Joint Chiefs of Staff. General Mark Milley, this fat slob can't do a push-up. Anyhow.
He was my CG.
So I'm going to Fallujah. So I got my hardware on, and I'm going to a metal detector, which I'm surprised didn't start beeping when I was 50 yards back. And Toby Keith and I are saying thank you to all the military heroes and all the media, and going to Fallujah, going to Afghanistan, all through Iraq to thank the heroes. Toby Keith, great patriot. And we're approaching the jet. It was, what's the ketchup lady's name? We're getting on a private jet to fly to Iraq. And I'm going, these are metal detector there. This ought to be interesting. So I'm shaking everybody's hand, the metal detector. I don't know if I should even tell you this, but what the fuck. So I'm getting ready, and there's the metal detector here, and I'm shaking, taking photos with all the guys, and the metal detector's right there. I'm going, thank you, I can't tell you how proud we are to go, and I went around that fucker and got on the plane.
Nice.
So, and I didn't even inform the pilots of the increased weight, as it was substantial. So we land, we go to Fallujah. Fallujah's under attack. We got 3 operators hanging from the bridge, burned to death. Remember that?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, I know how that happened. They weren't allowed to defend themselves. They were unarmed and helpless. Some man thought he had the authority to say, you guys, you're going to Iraq, but you will be unarmed and helpless. And those guys were like, okay. I've never said okay. I've never said that. Except to Mrs. Nugent, already. So, we were begging to go into Fallujah where the firefights are going on, the bombs are going off. And they said, no, it's a hot zone, can't go. So 3 in the morning, all of a sudden, we woke up in the barracks in the green zone in Baghdad. We're going to Fallujah, get your stuff. So we scrambled and we got an Apache attack helicopter. You're gonna love this shit. This is awesome. This is why I'm like I am. Turn you if I can see it right now. I go up to guys that chew tobacco and I go, did you know a dog shit in your lip? Do you not taste that? Anyhow, so stupid. Anyhow, so we're getting an Apache attack helicopters into Fallujah. Tracers are going off and rockets and bombs and everything. Wow. So we land, we circle to get out of the way of the rockets, and we land. Bombs are going off, and we get in a Hummer. And here's what another beautiful thing about me. So I get in the Hummer door doesn't lock. It doesn't close. I'm hanging on, going through craters, bomb craters and stuff. So I took out my belt tool and I fixed the damn door. And so we're good. And so we get into Fallujah and we go to Saddam's banquet room where all the Marines are, and they'd lost a lot of brothers. They've been stacking the coffins. So I know there's unbelievable spirit in the air. You try to stay strong. You try to give them courage that we know what they're going through. We don't really know, but we think we know what you're going through, and we're here to show our support. And it's not Toby and Ted. It's all good Americans. They all send their love, and they pray for you guys, and I let them have it. And I played Great White Buffalo. What a great song. And on this piece of shit guitar, but it still sounded good. And we're finished, and I'm thanking these, loaded with Marines. They're all M4, all heavy. Must have been, I don't know, 500 or 600 of them, bigger than this room. And Toby and I are up there thanking them, and I said, we know why you're here. We know that oath. Those words have iron.
Yeah.
And I was bawling like a baby, because I just saluted all those coffins, and it was very painful. But it was fortifying. It was, you fuck with me. That's how I've always been. And so I thanked them for standing up for the Constitution. That First Amendment is sacred. And then I lifted my shirt and I said, and especially the Second Amendment. And here's all this hardware. And they went, and they went nuts. Because here's a guy doing a USO tour, got more ammo than they do. And they went berserk. Because it was an optic defining why they do what they do. It really is. Because if you can't keep bear arms, you're not a free man. And they were dying so we can be free.
Right.
So I get off in just a puddle of emotion. This is it. And the commander comes up to me and goes, how'd you get that gun in here?
Oh my gosh.
And I said, by saluting those flag-draped coffins yesterday that died so I could. That's how I got it in here. What's your fucking point?
Yes.
Ring any bells? Perfect challenge, perfect response. And he went, the other Marines are over there going, holy shit, you can't talk to him like that. Yeah, well, I can't, because you work for me, motherfucker.
That's right. You're the boss.
That was the moment, one of many, where I went, I'm right, they're wrong. Yeah. What do you mean, how did I get it in there? Because you're here fighting so I can.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
That there's a debate, somebody's going to argue? It's offensive to me. I brush it off like hygiene from Michael Moore. We're going to do a benefit for him next week and try to get him a washcloth and some soap. Anyhow, so that's one of the reasons God Owners of America brought me here, and I'm sure they're now going, Jesus, should have been talking like that? You're damn right I should be talking like this, because I'm talking to real Americans, rock solid in the asset column, who stand up for freedom, but you need to go forth to all your friends. You need to recruit an army of absolutists. I'm not happy with constitutional carry except over here. Well, you have constitutional carry except here.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
by the way, let me summarize it, and I will shut up. Someday.
Why?
I never went to college. I was too busy learning stuff. The Constitution says any rights herein not enumerated are left up to the states. I have a national First Amendment because it's enumerated. How dare a state think that they can infringe on my Second Amendment right that is a national, God-given,
Amen.
constitutionally guaranteed? How are you kidding me? It's not a state's power.
Yep.
It's enumerated. I have all those enumerated rights wherever I may roam.
Amen.
Amen.
Right.
Call your mayor, call your senator, call your chief of police. Well, there are regulations. No, those are infringements.
Right.
So, in one of my debates where I accumulated more skull tissue from a liberal, they go, well, there's just too many guns. I go, no, there's not. No such thing. I go, you know, more kids die from drowning than from guns. I'll tell you what, let's do a deal right here live on your radio show. You get rid of the guns, and I'll get rid of the water.
Yeah.
Well, that's ridiculous. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what Stephen referenced, the Angels of Death metal, or whatever that heavy metal band is, Jesse Helms, a friend of mine, on stage, when some extremists, the bad extremists, entered the concert with real AK-47s. Which, by the way, an AK-47 is a fully automatic Kalashnikov, never ever been used in a crime in America.
Mm-hmm.
Those are SKSs or semi-auto versions. It's not a weapon of war. People don't go to war with semi-automatics. Lies, 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 and lies. Do you think there may be some restrictions in Paris about brandishing a Kalashnikov?
Yeah.
And the superlative or the superfluous law you would pass would sound like what? The law you would write to have stopped that, better than the laws on the books, would sound like what?
Yeah.
Write the law. Write the law that would have stopped any of this stuff. Every violent crime where a gun is used breaks dozens, if not hundreds of laws. You can't write that law. You need to keep violent criminals in graves or cages. And if people threaten innocent lives, there must be a cuckoo's nest built for them.
Yep.
Every one of these shootings, there's all kinds of warnings.
That's right.
Every one.
Yep.
And they didn't want to hurt feelings. I like hurting feelings.
Yeah.
You're stupid. I hope I cause you much anguish
Yes.
in the process of educating you. So that's my spiel for the day, gun owners of America. Thank you for being here. I mean, literally, I covered a lot of ground. And by the way, I've been doing this since I was 16, when I was attacked for carrying guns and killing deer. And I wasn't trained in debate. I'd become the master. Nobody could touch me. Nobody could touch me. They scurry like the hippies. When I walked down the streets of Austin, the hippies scurried like the Red Sea before Moses. They don't want to have anything to do with me. So,
Quit beating around the bush.
yeah, I shave bushes, pal.
Tell us how you really feel.
People say, yeah, it always ruffles feathers. I don't ruffle feathers, I pluck them.
Yes.
So I've been at this a long time, but I hope you were able to list my points here today. They're all valid.
It's from a soldier of 28 years of service to our country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's my job. It's all of our jobs. You need to be more like Ted Nugent. So go forth, but learn these things. Go to my website. I got this stuff. I reiterate it all the time. And when they try to push back against more and bring out more infringements, you should be able to eviscerate them.
Yes.
Right.
Amen.
Hey, how come they don't compare gun deaths to fentanyl deaths?
Say again.
Why do they not compare gun deaths to fentanyl deaths?
Well, all right, there, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is waging chemical warfare on America.
Yep.
Uncle Sam, Greg Abbott,
Yeah.
has opened the borders for the communist Chinese chemical warfare of fentanyl and meth, assisted by the devils of the Mexican drug cartels, rape, torture, murder. Uncle Sam is responsible for more American deaths annually than died in the Vietnam War.
Yep.
So how do we get Governor Abbott to do the right thing?
You put the pressure on that son of a bitch. I got him elected. I went on tour and I welcomed him and I introduced him on all his different campaign stops. And he loved me. Yeah, right on. And you know how, I mean, I couldn't say the words I'm using here today because there were children in the audience. No children here. For the children.
They're adult ones.
And then after I got him elected, when I saw him making mistakes, I would call and call and call, refuse to return my call. And not because I'm
Yep.
Ted Nugent, but because I see infringements,
Right.
Greg Abbott had a Second Amendment roundtable and invited the Sarah Brady gang.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Really? We're gonna have a school playground security meeting and invite John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah.
Anybody questions? Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So if Governor Abbott and his staff, because he won't answer your call,
Exactly.
you need to hammer him till they can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
You need to email and fax and text and call. You know, who's that? Again? Yeah, again. Again? Yeah, again. Again? Yeah, again. We gave up. We're pussies. I don't give up. I'm not a pussy. There's not an elected employee. By the way, they're not elected officials.
All right.
We are the electing officials. They're the elected employees.
Yes.
And when did they discover they can give themselves a raise without
Yeah.
touching base with their bosses?
That's right.
Insider trading without Look, Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes, alive and well in Texas. So, be relentless. If they don't hear from you constantly with reasonably gentle prodding, I'm reasonably gentle when I prod the first 4 or 5 times. Then I call in the 810 warthog. So that's how you do it. And you know what? Why that answer is good? Because we haven't. People, I call them, I go, no, it doesn't count. You know, one time. Get everybody in your family, get everybody at deer camp, get everybody at the barbecue, get all your friends and go, what is this? Well, it's constitutional carry, except over here you can't defend yourself. Yes, I can. You're not in charge of that. I got it from God. Well, you don't want everybody running around with guns. I want everybody except bad guys, and the bad guys should either be dead or in a cage. Well, you can't always predict that. Of course you can't. But that would eliminate 99%. If someone's willing to hit somebody in the back of the head with a baseball bat or shove them in front of a train or carjack and shoot and stab, rehabilitation? No way. If they are inclined to stab you, they are done. I don't want my family shopping with a stabber, or a rapist, or a carjacker, or a molester, or a home invader, or a smash and grabber. The identity of evil. Yes, who doesn't see this? If you don't smash and grab, have a nice day. If you do smash and grab, thump.
Yep.
Thump. Thump. Double tap. Quadruple tap. So the answers are just, to me, I'm sitting back watching America, especially since I moved to Texas 21 years ago. And I started coming here and saw there was no Second Amendment. Then the Texas Parks and Wildlife think they can just come on your property without an arrest, without a search warrant, violating their Fourth Amendment, and they chuckle when you tell them that. I got a citation book. I wrote my own citation book. And if they try that with me, I'm giving them a ticket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, hang on a second. What do these initials stand for? What's your full name? Let me see your driver's license. They won't know whether to shit or go blind. I need to see some ID. We'll get to me in a minute when I'm done with you. And I'm gonna write them up. In Michigan, I'm not allowed to shoot doves. Not according to my freezer. They call it a songbird. It's a picture of a dove in a shotgun shell box. I said to the Attorney General in Michigan, I go, do you have a shotgun shell box with a picture of a cardinal on it? He goes, what do you mean? I go, you heard me. Because I'm not allowed to hunt doves in Michigan. It's the #1 game animal on planet Earth. It's a game bird. It's a federal migratory. You're lying. You're a liar. You're a liar. Here's a dove in 12 games, 7.5 shot. Show me the picture of a cardinal on a shotgun shot, then we'll talk. Until then, fuck you. I can tell you that was one of the reasons I moved here. Everything I do is the right thing. I'm very conscientious. Everything I do is the right thing. It's good for me, it's good for my family, it's good for the environment, it's good
Yep.
for my fellow man, it's good for freedom. Everything I do is good. I'm a good man. But everything I do that is good is illegal in Michigan. If a beaver's flooding my driveway, I'm supposed to call a guy. I want to know the man who thinks he can handle beavers better than me. Call a guy. I got this. In Michigan, you can't have a long gun unless it's in a case inaccessible to the occupants of the vehicle. Really? Give me your fucking driver's license. I'm writing you up. You're infringing. I'm legal. You're illegal. And they know it. We can shoot sandhill cranes in Michigan after we harass the Department of Natural Resources. They're as bad as the Texas Parks and Wildlife. We have some bad people in Texas Parks and Wildlife. They get to stormtroop people's property
Yep.
and slaughter their deer herd under the lie that there's a chronic wasting disease that's threatening the herd. They kill all the deer, don't find it, and go, hell, sorry about that. CWD doesn't threaten deer in Texas. The Texas Parks and Wildlife threatens deer in Texas. Look into it. It's a horror story, worse than New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm going on and on here, aren't I? So I think we all got the picture. Everybody remove their hats.